Alright guys, today we're going to make a lasagna. So I've got some stuff for my mince. I've got onion, tiny bit of carrot and capsicum. Again, carrot's carbs, so you don't have to add the carrot. I just add a little bit in for flavouring. Tiny bit of mushrooms chopped up. You don't have to add them in if you don't like mushroom. So I've got a tin of tomatoes here. This is the low carb one, so on the back it says carbs are only 2.6 per serve, so it's the lowest one I've found so far, but I haven't looked at every tin. But you're only going to use a quarter of amount, or even half. You're not going to use any more than half. I've got some pesto, a little bit of oil to put in the mince. Then over this side we've got cheese slices and chicken slices. Now these are just thin chicken slices, which we're going to use as the pastry for the lasagna. So I've seen it all over the keto page on Facebook, so I'd like to give it a go. So we're going to try that. The mince, parmesan, and some cheese. Alright, so we'll pop you over here to the fry pan. Alright, so we're going to start off by putting the oil in there. Alright, so what I've done is I put in 1 tablespoon of oil. I've got this cute little cup which tells you tablespoons, and it's really good. It was just from the $2 shop. Alright, so I put in the oil, we put in the mince, we put in the onion. We're just going to fry that up. You can do your mince any way you want to do your mince, because it's just going in the lasagna. So whatever mince you like to try, whether you like it saucy, spices and herbs. I've just got some garlic powder, which I'm going to add. Garlic powder. And I've got some sweet basil. Just add some of that in there. It's just dried sweet basil. Some oregano. And then I'll put in about half a tablespoon of garlic. That's great flavouring. And then I also wanted to use up this pesto. So you don't have to put pesto in there. I'm just putting it in there because I need to use it up, and it'll be great for the flavouring. And then just fry up your mince. Alright, so now I've added the mushrooms and the carrot and capsicum. I just like adding a little bit of carrot, just so I've got those veggies in there. And same as the capsicum and the mushroom, it's just so I've got some veggies in there, because lasagna can be very saucy, cheesy, delicious. So yeah, just making sure that I have some good veggies. So you just fry that up till it's going brown, and then we're going to put in half a can of tomatoes. Alright, so just make sure your meat's all brown, your mushrooms and capsicum have softened a little bit. It's looking really good. It smells amazing with all those spices and herbs. Alright, then what we're going to do is just add that tomato. So you just want to put in half a can or quarter of a can. It all depends on the carbs and how much you're allowed, but as I said, this is low carbs and this is divided into lots of meals because it's only me, so this will probably do about 4 meals, so it's going to be minimum carbs in those tomatoes. Alright, that is smelling absolutely yummy. What I'm actually going to do, because I have a lot of sour cream in the fridge, is I'm just going to add a big tablespoon of sour cream. What that's going to do is just make it creamy, so it's going to be really yummy and creamy. So you just melt that in. You don't have to have, you can cook your mince any way you want to, so you don't have to have cream cheese, but I just think it's going to make it, especially for lasagna. So that is looking really good now. And that'll be our mince done. So now it's just easier. Bring that over to the bench over there, and we've got our dish ready, and I'll show you how to put it all together. Alright, so what I've done is I've layered the lasagna dish with the chicken slices. So we put the chicken slices on the bottom to start off with. So that's just these thin chicken slices, using that as the pasta. And we have our mince here. So we're going to put 1 layer of mince in there. So just sort of spread it out. You don't want a thick layer. It's just a thin layer of mince. Alright, so I've got a thin layer of mince in there now. Okay, now I've got some cheese slices. So I don't have a lot of these, so I'm just going to do one layer of cheese slices. So we'll just put, oh no, you don't need many, 4, they're big enough to do 4. Okay, and we'll just use cheese for the other layer. There you go. Okay, so then you've layered your cheese. After that you want to layer your so-called pasta, chicken slices again. So we'll just put a layer of that down over the top of the cheese. Don't be afraid to double layer, they are thin. So you sort of want that layer to be there. Alright, and then you're going to put just one more layer of mince on there. So I used 450 grams of mince to make this. And I've used chicken slices. They come in a packet with 2. So you will need more than the one. You can buy one packet, but you'll need both sides of that packet. So we'll just do this mince. All right, pop that in there. Perfect. Layer that out. It's looking good. It smells yummy. And you would put cheese slices over that again, but don't quite have enough cheese slices. So it's not really going to make a big deal if I just use some cheese on there. It's just to stick that layer of chicken. Alright, and then your chicken slices on again. There you go. And then we're just going to put some Parmesan cheese on the top of this. There you go. And I've got some Parmesan cheese and a little bit more of your cold beef. It's going to be a very cheesy lasagna there. So sprinkle that on top. You can use spinach. So you would put a layer of the chicken down and then a layer of spinach on top of that, which is also really yummy. I just didn't have any spinach. So Parmesan cheese, there you go. Perfect lasagna, and we're going to pop that in the oven and we'll come back to you when we're cutting it and having a taste. Yummy. So we'd like to thank our audience. Yeah. And we'll pop this in the oven now.